Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Boyle, and I am a Technology Integration Specialist with Milford Public Schools. Today, we are going to be discussing strategies for communicating with non English speaking families. As classroom teachers, many of us use different methods to communicate with our students' families, including newsletters, flyers and notices sent home, classroom websites, and in person meetings and conferences. It's important to keep our families informed about what is happening in school, but when English is not the family's native language, it can be difficult. This can leave teachers and families feeling stressed and not knowing how to reach out. How many of you have at least one student in your class whose family does not communicate primarily in English? It's safe to say that that would be almost every teacher. And in addition, the number of languages within a single classroom can be overwhelming. Here are a few ways you can help your non English speaking family stay connected to the school and everything that's happening in your classroom. The first is translating documents using Google Translate. Google Translate is a free service that can be used to translate text and web links into over 100 different languages. It should be noted, however, that a disclaimer should be placed on the bottom of each translated page, indicating that a translation service was used and you cannot ensure the total accuracy of the translated material. So let's talk about how to use Google Translate. First, you would want to open up your document that is in English that you want to translate. Find the text you want to translate and copy it. Open a web browser, such as Google Chrome or Safari, to this website. Paste the text you copied into the first box and make sure that English is the language selected. On the box to the right, choose the language that you want the text translated into and copy the automatically generated text in the new language. You can paste this text underneath your English language content, or you can create a new document for each language you create. These steps can be repeated as many times as you need to translate into however many languages you need. This is what it should look like. On the left is where you paste your English text and make sure that English is selected above. On the right is where the automatic translation will appear, and you can choose whichever language you prefer and click the blue translate button. Here's an example. Sometimes we want to translate documents that are not digital. It's not a problem. Google Translate offers an option to do voice to text. Simply click on the microphone icon and you can speak your text and choose the language you want it translated into. Another strategy would be to translate a class website using Google Translate. Class websites are a great way to keep families current on classroom activities and upcoming events and assignments. It also reduces the amount of paper that is sent home. Adding a Google Translate option to your website will make it accessible to all your families, no matter what language they utilize. What web service did you use for your website? The web hosting platform you decide to use will determine which way you use Google Translate on your website. Some web services offer a built-in Google Translation widget or app. To use this, simply check off the appropriate features and add it to your website. Other services do not offer this feature, so you will have to add it using the HTML code provided by Google Translate that can be found here. Simply follow the directions. You can also add a quick tutorial showing visitors to your site how to use Google Translate to translate the site themselves. These directions are found on the next slide. In order to add a do-it-yourself translation feature to your website, you have to show your families how to translate the website using Google. So first, you want to add a short video. You can use the one I've created, or you can create your own to show visitors how to do Google Translate on the website. This short video, without audio, simply shows visitors how to navigate to Google Translate, how to copy the website URL, paste it into the Google Translate box, and get the translated link that they can then click on and view the website in a different language. In this case, we have chosen to view the website in Spanish. So when users click on this new link, they'll see the same website, same formatting, same colors, same images, but the website is now in Spanish. You will then add a text box to your website with links to Google Translate for visitors to click on. You can also add translations of this link so that users in other languages will know what to do. And then you publish your website. This is what it should look like when you're finished. On the left is that short demo video I showed you, and on the right are the links, all leading to Google Translate in the languages necessary for this class. So now let's talk about using Microsoft Translator during an in-person parent meeting. Face-to-face meetings are an important part of parent interactions. Human translators are preferred for all in-person meetings with non-English speaking families. However, these resources can be expensive, difficult to coordinate, and are not always available to us. Using an online real-time translation service can help to make quick parent meetings easy to schedule and keep the lines of communication open. So what is Microsoft Translator? It's a real-time translation service into over 50 languages. You can do text or speech input, and you have text or audio translation output. There's back and forth communication. Think of it like the earpieces that leaders at the United Nations conferences wear. Everyone can speak and listen in their own native language and still understand each other and communicate back and forth. So how do you use Microsoft Translator? Here's a short video showing you how it works.
Hi, I'm Richard Byrne. In this video, I want to show you Microsoft Translator, which is a great tool for translating conversations in real time. So let's start here. I put in my name. I'm going to post my conversation in English. I'm using English. And we'll select Enter. Now, what's going to happen here is we'll see there's a conversation code that other people can use to join the conversation. Let's say someone is using their mobile phone in the room with me. They can just scan the QR code that we see here on the screen, and they'll be able to see the conversation translated into the language they're choosing directly on the phone. Likewise, if they're using a laptop computer, they can go to the link assigned to the conversation. So let's see what that would look like. Someone who's joining on a laptop. Just right click and open this in their new incognito window. Let's just make sure we have that correct. So that person will come along and they will put in their name. Let's say their name is Robert, and I'm following the conversation, in this case in French. And select Enter. And we'll see here that Robert will be able to listen and have it translated automatically into French when I enter something. So let's say I enter welcome to the classroom. Now here on this screen, what they'll see is the conversation being translated. So I had just entered welcome Robert, and we see it translated here into French for Robert. Now, I can continue to type as much as I would like here. I can also just record with my voice by holding down the recording icon spacebar and speaking. Welcome to class. And over here, we see that translated into French for Robert. Now, anyone can join and choose any of the languages that they would like. So I could have one person join and use French, another person join and be using Chinese, and another using Spanish. So the options are quite plentiful for anyone to join the conversation in real time. Now, the nice thing about this is that if Robert replies to me in French, it'll get translated back to me in English on my screen here. So that's Microsoft Translator, a really neat tool. I encourage you to try it out today. As always, for more tips and tricks like this, please check out freetech4teachers.com or practicaledtech.com.
So as you can see, Microsoft Translator is a valuable tool for classroom parent meetings as well as larger gatherings for your school.
Hi.
Now you can provide access to all your classroom and school communications to all of your students' families, no matter what language they use to communicate. Thank you so much for your time, and as always, if you have any questions, you can reach me via email, Twitter, or in person.